in Sanur again today, and I'm at Pantai Segara AU, the northern end of the beachfront path, and I've got a few updates for you. Plus, I want to talk a little bit about Nyepi, which is today. If you don't know where Pantai Segara AU is, it's the beach which is one street north of Pantai Sindu, the northern end of the beachfront path. And once we're in this area, we're in the different Desa Adat. So we are in Desa Adat Sanur. Anything south of here is Desa Adat Intaran. That's the Balinese local way of doing things. So Intaran south of here, Sanur north. So one of the reasons I wanted to do a bit of a walk along here today is because Echoes of Life in my comments asked what is happening with the new development in the north of Sanur, and I had no idea what they were talking about. And so I thought, well, I'm going to go and have a look. That's this. Yeah, that there is what's happening here. 81 exquisite villas. Some sort of villa complex which is being put in here. I don't know if that's well, there's an Accor sign on this. I'm not sure if it's a hotel or some sort of like timeshare arrangement. I would imagine it'd have to be some sort of hotel. It's on the property of the old Grand Inner. The Grand Inner had such large sprawling grounds, and a lot of those have been changed over time. Now, this particular area where there was actually bungalows here anyway as part of that hotel complex, they're all being torn down and some new development's being put in. Now, I mean, they haven't really started much yet. They've put the barrier up. I've noticed inside you can actually see some of those old bungalows in there, so they haven't even torn down the old stuff yet. That's going to take years, I reckon, to build that. A massive project on a prime bit of land, and what that means is this dead zone, which is here, yeah, it's a classic dead zone north of Pantai Segara AU, that probably is going to start sort of perking up a little bit as you get a little bit more activity here. But what's really important for these businesses to do is to put some eateries out the front as well. Often they'll just put their pool out the front, and it's of no benefit to anyone except hotel guests, and hopefully they don't do that. Hopefully there are some, I don't know, a couple of restaurants out the front or something. If not, it's still going to be a dead zone. It's just going to be full of hotels with nothing, just blandness. But hopefully they think about that a little bit, and it'll probably earn them a bit of money too if they can get some nice hotels down the front and get some customers. You know, something I sort of think about at the Hyatt with that pizzeria restaurant. It's not for everyone because it's a little bit expensive, but it's such a good place to go and relax and sit down, have a drink, have a bite to eat, that it actually adds to the whole character of that beachfront path. And I think that's what we need here in Sanur. One of the things that you see when you're walking along the beachfront path is these guys. Hello. Hello. Finish, brother. Yeah, finish. Should have finished. He's talking about I've just been running. Hello.
Hello, my name Dean. This is my brother.
What's your name?
My name Dean.
Dean.
Dean. This is document spot.
Mr.
Anto.
Mr. Anto. So do you take photos to upload online?
Yeah, upload online to Photo You.
To Photo You, the website, www.photou.com.
Where are you from?
From Australia.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you.
Thank you, yeah. And if you take a photo of someone, how do they find the photo?
Yeah, take photo to local only.
Oh, only local?
Only local.
What if a foreigner wants the photo taken? It's okay?
It's okay.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so they focus on locals, but if a foreigner wants a photo, you can do that too?
Yeah.
Kalau orang difotoin ya, bagaimana mereka bisa cari foto mereka di website?
Dia harus download dulu tuh aplikasi foto.
Oh, ya.
Download dulu, baru nanti verifikasi by
matching
and AI face.
Oh yeah. So basically, you once you get the app, it can know every time your photo's been taken. It'll tell you, here's your photo, and then you can choose to buy it or not. Betul sekali, bikin konten sama masnya. Thank you ya. Ya.
Istri mana?
Istri di sana. Lebih pelan lagi. Makasih ya, Dean ya. Yeah, bye. So these guys are really cool. They're not going to take a photo of you unless you want it, unless you're a local. They just take all the locals' photos. I think why that is because foreigners are a lot more sensitive about their images being taken. I know that from personal experience as well. If I go and speak with Indonesians or go to a restaurant with Indonesians in it, There's absolutely no drama with me filming, and if they're in the background, no big deal. Like, people are pretty chilled about it. We're a lot more of like a photo culture over here, whereas a lot of Western cultures really, well, they just don't like having their photo taken. It's a different thing. But you don't really have any rights to privacy here anyway. Like, if you're walking down the beachfront path and someone takes your photo, well, it's bad luck, you're in public. But what they're doing here with those photographers, they're trying to be a little bit more respectful by not taking your photo if you're a foreigner, and only doing it if you're a local. And if you want your photo taken as a foreigner, they'll do it for you. But then, of course, then you've got to go and find it online. That's a pretty interesting concept, really. That Photo You app is really interesting. I know in Bandung, where I used to live, it was massive with cyclists. So when cyclists were, during and after COVID, cycling got really big. And all these new cyclists wanted their photos taken of their new bikes, their new gear and all that sort of stuff. And along a lot of the big roads where cyclists would like to cycle in Bandung, the roads were lined with photographers who are putting their cameras to good use and uploading their best photos of all the cyclists to these websites, which then the cyclists could go and search for later and find their photo. And if they wanted to download the high-res image, you just go and pay for it, and then you can print it out later at your own sort of leisure. It's a pretty good system, actually. But just on that point, I'd just sort of like to gauge your feedback on what you feel about being, I don't know, having your photo taken in public. I mean, I don't mind it at all. I sort of have given up all privacy anyway, having this channel, but also I feel that you're on camera anyway, everywhere on CCTV, that it doesn't really matter anymore. I've sort of given up all of my privacy, but my view's not always the only view. I'd love to know what yours is. One of the things I've been noticing over the past few months, and it has only really been over the past few months, it's slowly been happening before that, but I've noticed a lot more over the past few months, is the crowd in Sanur is changing slightly down at the beachfront path when I exercise. When I first started exercising down here, it was pretty low key. The foreigners down here were older expat type foreigners, a few tourists and a few locals. Now there's a lot more younger foreigners, and I think they're the expat types as well. Probably, you know, what the people that you would have imagined that would have been at Canggu a year ago seem to be here. I'm not sure exactly what the story is, and I don't know if that's just me, you know, thinking the worst, but it feels like there's a bit of a shift happening here. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just that's what's happening, and I think that's going to be the trend later on. All right, what's going on here? There's someone making videos down here. I'll see what's going on. Halo, lagi bikin konten ya?
Iya.
Aku juga bikin konten. Asik. Bikin konten kayak apa?
Kita nari.
Oh ya?
Iya.
Dance tradisional?
Iya,
Iya.
Oh ya?
Iya.
Dan biasanya bikin konten buat apa? Buat Instagram atau TikTok? Oh, Instagram udah kuno. Ya, oke ya. Makasih ya. Ya, bye. Oh, that's cool. Cool. Very cool. I really love Balinese traditional dance. I don't think we see it as much as we used to. It's still alive, and those guys are still doing it. And they're putting it on TikTok. Isn't that fabulous? I probably should have asked what their TikTok handle was. I'm going to go back. TikToknya apa? TikTok.
Geriska.
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 G-E-K. Okay, got it. Makasih ya. Okay. Geriska. Okay. Yeah, go and check them out on TikTok if you've got TikTok, which I know most people that watch my videos probably don't have TikTok. So I've gone past all that dead zone now, past the old Grand Dinner, and I'm now at Pantai Bangsal. And things have changed a little bit around here. This car park area where all the boats, all the cargo boats to Lambongan go, has now got a few shops in here. Oh, there's a Bakso Dollar, which is a little bakso place. Yeah, like a bakso polos, a plain bakso is 25,000 there. Still got all the cargo things there, but they're a little bit more formalised now. You've got this place which is opened up, which is called Sands. Interesting. Juro, that was already there. And then, oh no, I think that looks a little bit different to last time I was here. Yeah, interesting. Hello, morning. Oh yeah, another one, Lyra coming up. It's going to be here this November. I think last time I was here, there was something there, but that sort of like changed a little bit. And here are the old coffee shops which were already here, like Bayside, Korja, Gold Mine, and Peso, all in a row here. They're doing a bit of a roaring trade at the moment, more local style. They're a little bit more cheap than a lot of other places around Sanur as well. That's why they're a little bit more popular. Yeah, there's this Italian restaurant here. They do a bit of few pastries as well in the morning, it seems. And then this place here does a really cheap, decent coffee. It's the Q8 Bakmi. These days there's a fancy toilet along here as well. And this has all progressed really fast. Hello. That's Kopi Jaya Abadi, which is upstairs above the toilets. And then all of this here, I mean, it wasn't that long ago that this was just a big hole in the ground. They've really progressed that quite fast, and it's all been put up in pretty good time. I wouldn't think they're going to be too much longer before they're actually operational, these ones. I know there's a lot of negative sentiment towards this particular part of town because it was an area where there were these big trees that had these little warungs below, and people used to go down there and used to enjoy that. But this is a lot more modern, and I know in the previous video I did about this area, people weren't so happy about the modernisation. But I mean, I don't know, this doesn't look that modern here, like Warung Panjul. I mean, that's definitely not modern. It's got like, it's been done up, but even that, Warung Nyepi Segara, I mean, that's an old warung that's just been put in a new building, basically. So it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world, but yeah, it's not as old school as it used to be. Yeah, it's in these big buildings. I don't know how that affects prices, because prices, you would imagine, would go up if they've done this. Oh look, it's Coco Bistro. Yeah, that's interesting. That used to be down at Pantai Duyung. Remember that, Coco Bistro? It's actually looking really good. Little pizza oven in the corner there. They used to have a pizza oven anyway at the old place. But, and then the outlook is like that. That looks really nice, doesn't it? Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, these people are gonna have to, what's this? Bakso, hello, hello, hello. Yeah, and more pastries, more coffee. Coffee at a place like that, 35,000, that's pretty expensive, actually. That is pretty expensive. That's more than you'll pay on the main street. Not all the time, but sometimes. Infinity Coffee Roasters. Cappuccino, 33. Interesting. Oh, the prices are interesting there. That's not as cheap as it was when I was here last time. It might be based on where you go. I'm going to have a look at a few different... Oh, there's another coffee shop. Yeah. And there's another one there. Wow. It's Coffee Central down here. I don't know how much the prices are, but yeah, really interesting how there's a lot of different coffee shops there. Now, a lot of choice. That should push down prices if there's a lot of competition, shouldn't it? Anyway, I'm down at Pantai Matahari Terbit now. Yeah, there's a big sign. And the harbour is just over the edge, or over the other side of this structure here. So that's the harbour. And normally at this time in the morning, it's absolutely bustling with boats coming and going to and from Nusa Lembongan, Nusa Penida, Nusa Cheningan a little bit, but it's just thousands of passengers going back and forth, and right now there are none. It's totally not working, not operational today. And that's because today is called Nyepi Laut. Nyepi Laut is the day of silence on the seas, yeah? The sea's day of silence, a day where the sea is allowed to breathe, is allowed to rest. And it's applicable only to the three islands over there, Penida, Lembongan and Cheningan. And what it means is on those days, you're not allowed in the water, you're not allowed along the beach, you're not allowed to go fishing or any of that. All those water activities are forbidden. And that includes for foreigners as well, visitors. So if you were trying to get off Nusa Penida today to get back here to catch a plane today, you couldn't do it. You'd miss your plane. Much like you might on the normal Nyepi day as well, when it's across the whole of Bali. Now, what that also means is that boats to and from Sanur that are going to those islands aren't operational today. And the main god involved in all of that is called Dewa Baruna, which is the sea god, more or less. And what happens on the island of Nusa Penida is that the main ceremony temple is changed from year to year on an odd even basis, and it apparently shares the burden of the temple ceremonies, but also shares the honour of actually hosting some of those ceremonies as well. It's a very important day for those people, and I guess when your life is so connected to the ocean like it has been for centuries for those people, this is an important day. As I head back down south past all of these new coffee shops, I'm just going to pop into one and just try a random coffee. I don't know any of them or what they taste like, but I'm going to find out. Okay, so I dropped into Gold Mine, which is one of the original coffee shops around here, and got a hot cappuccino, 32,000, pretty standard price in Sanur. Comes in a paper cup. It's a very good coffee. It's a very good coffee. I'm very disappointed by the cup, honestly, but the coffee is just fantastic. And the good thing is, it's one of the few places along the beach now where you can get a coffee on the beach. Like, it's a really good location, and all of these places are perfectly situated on the beach. A bit of a high tide at the moment, so you can just hear that tide over there crashing into the seawall. It's just beautiful. It's a really good place to come in the morning. I think I could easily see myself moving my morning coffee activities up here, up to this end of town, because it's just so beautiful. A bit of a breeze coming across. It is warm, but it's not the end of the world, and just a nice place to have a coffee and a croissant. There's so many options as well. Like, you could probably spend a couple of weeks trying every single one of these and still not, get bored, and still have more to try. The more I think about that coffee I just had down at Gold Mine, the more I think that I really love it. Like, I really love that coffee. It was a fantastic coffee. My mind's sort of a little bit tainted, and you sometimes do get in a bit of a mood because of the paper cup, and I really don't like it. I don't like the feel of that on my mouth. Having a bit of, especially like the plastic lid or the paper, the lip on it, I don't like it. For me, it's just not nice. But look, to be honest, that coffee was just brilliant. Brilliant. Now, maybe you can bring your own cup, or maybe they have ceramic cups there and they just thought I wanted a takeaway. I don't know. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have gone to the counter and ordered. Maybe I should have sat at the table. I don't know. But it's a good coffee. Like, go to Gold Mine for a coffee. You're going to love it. It's a very good coffee. So I'm walking south now with the beach on my left from Pantai Segara. There's a new toilet block here, which you can use. It's got a shower in there and everything as well. I think it says you pay 10,000 for a shower, right? Which I reckon is fairly expensive. Yeah, it's really expensive. But anyway, they've got a shower at least, and it's probably a good one. Not a big deal, especially if you've been in the water and you want to get all that salt water off you. That's pretty nice. There's another place up here, and it's called The Matcha. Yeah. Now, this place is an interesting one. If you love matcha, this is probably a place that you'd want to come. And those prices are pretty good for matcha, I think. Like, you can get one of these matcha lattes iced for 25,000. Yeah. Susan's here at the moment, waiting for me to make my video. Hello. Did you get me something?
Yeah, order I made.
But she did. Look at this.
For you. Separate for you.
Look at that. That's a good looking donut, and that as well. I might go and get something myself and see what it's like. Now, they got a little selection of donuts there, small donuts. They look pretty interesting. There doesn't seem to be any green ones like Susan's got there. That looks interesting. I might have a go of that. Let's have a go of that donut. Not bad. Kasi. Yeah. I'm just sitting here at the matcha and watching the waves out there and the surfers out there. The waves are quite good out there. Surfing in Sanur is a little bit underrated, but you can surf here at times. And the waves out there are taller than the person when they're standing up on a board. So 8 feet, 9 feet waves that they're riding there. almost like a little bit of a barrel, like not huge, but like you can get the wave coming over your head. Looks quite good. Like there's not that many surfers out there as well. Like they've got the pick of the waves. They can choose whichever one they want. There's a little bit of a lineup, but not much. I've got my coffee here in a paper cup. One of the things they don't do ceramic cups either. One of the things that's getting to me a little bit is that we're in a rubbish crisis here in Bali. You know, the rubbish dumps are full. There's rubbish everywhere. It's on the beaches, and there are a number of ways to tackle that. First of all, you've got to make sure you build enough rubbish dumps, and you've got to make sure the rubbish is picked up properly, and you've got to have bins in the right places and that sort of stuff. But there are some easy wins as well, and that's to reduce some of the waste, which is a little bit not needed. For example, if I'm sitting in, like dining in at a place, I don't need a paper cup. I don't want it, but you know, it's sort of like a really wasteful thing because it's just as easy or easier for them to use a ceramic cup. They just got to rinse it out for the next person. But you've got this thing and it's, I don't know, it's bad all round. It's bad all round. You've got this plastic thing, like it's got a little, on there, you probably can't see it, but it's got a little plastic lip on it, which feels terrible in your mouth. And then it creates a bit of waste, which you don't want either. I don't know. I actually made a commitment a few years ago when I was in Java not to drink coffee from paper cups ever again. And I did really well in Java. They were pretty good with it. Once I've come to Bali, though, I've noticed that there's a lot more of these places that will only do paper cups. And I really just not into it. So that's a cheaper coffee. It's $27,500 when you add in the tax. Pretty good value, actually. Not a bad coffee. Not a bad coffee. Hey, thanks for coming along with me for this walk along the beachfront path in the northern end of Sanur today. And thanks to all the members that have recently joined up. A bunch of you have joined up recently and I really appreciate your support. Absolutely love it. Thank you very much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time and sampai jumpa.